Hi, my name is Don Lundgren, and I'm the CEO and the architect of the MyRightCareer System. I want to share with you how the learning management system, which manages all this, works. So we're on the page where Ed has signed in, and what he sees is several courses. He's going to use the MyRightCareer System, but there is one for his advisor, and there's one for his advisory board, and he sees a help system. So he can see frequently asked questions, and he can submit support tickets if he finds something wrong, or he has some ideas of something that'd be really good to do. And then when he looks here, he sees a course structure. So we've divided the course into 6 lessons. We have an introduction so that you can understand all the things behind the course, then 6 insight lessons, and then a capstone project where you pull everything together to determine your right career. And one of the powers of this is it keeps track of things. So you'll notice that he has used the introduction. He's done the first 3 lessons because they're checked off. Another power is the ability to expand this and see what's underneath this. So in the introduction, here's the things that he learned something about, which are all the things we want you to know before you start it, including there's a lesson about how to use a learning management system. You can also collapse this. So then you can see he really has done everything up to doing your past. So what he could do is say, all right, I need to work on your past. So he goes to the your past lesson, and it describes what's in the lesson. You have to do an autobiography and accomplishments. And so he can go down and look at the table. The table's just like the table we saw before, except it's only for this lesson of autobiography and accomplishments. So now you can see he's really only done 1 step. So maybe he was away on spring break and he had only done that step before he left. So maybe he wants to see, what did I actually do there so I can start doing step 2. So if he goes here, one of the you see is the learning management system has a topic progress bar. So he can see visually where he is and how much progress he's making. And he can see that he holds his cursor over there that he's on step 1, and here's step 2. So he can see what he's going to be able to do, and there's going to switch to the next topic. And then every page is structured the same, so they get really used to this. So it gives an instruction. Here's the instructions, and see how simple it is? It's 1 line. Create an autobiography in outline format, bullet format, and create your insights at the end. And there's a template, and then there's what's really powerful, there are examples. So here's an example of what Casey's autobiography looks like in bullet form. Something about our ancestors, something about middle school, high school, and something about her insights. So you can, it's like, all right, now I see how to do it. And there's a template, so you can do the same thing. And we can look at Edward's autobiography, and you'd see, and we could download it, you'd see he did basically the same thing. So then when he's like, okay, now I understand what I've done, because I'm going to pick up from that, because then he's going to go to the next topic. And the next topic is to look at his major transitions. So he might say, well, what are those? So we could again look at Casey's example, and you can see Casey happened to use a way of highlighting in red what her major transitions were, and in bold what her real major transitions were. So that's a way for him to do that. So it gives him another idea of doing that. At any time, he can go back to the lesson. So as he starts doing more and more of these and comes back after maybe spending some time working on a few things for whatever, midterms or whatever, he might be further along. He's all the way down to having done step 1 on accomplishments. So then he can look at, have to go to step 2. So anytime he wants, he can also go back to the start of this, the course content. And therefore on that, if he wants, he can do an expand all, and he could look, maybe he's missed some things along here. You can see exactly where he is. It's a great place to come back to all the time to be able to figure out what is going on in your system, in your expand or your progress of the course. So the system is very powerful. It tells you, it guides you through the system. It tells you where you are and what you've done, and it records the content that you're creating so you don't lose it. So I hope you understand the power of the system to help your student or yourself, if you're a student, make your way through this system. Thanks for listening.